we will discuss about the classification of the pteridophyte. So in the previous session we have discussed about the characteristic feature regarding the sexual and asexual reproduction as well related to the pteridophyte, but now we are shifting for the classification. Actually before going to that, the pteridophyte, the word pteridophyte, it was given by Haeckel. Remember that, adanna now mention madidilla previous sessions olaga. The pteridophyte, the father of pteridophyte is Haeckel. Remember, the father of pteridophyte is Haeckel. Who is the father of botany got nimage? Who is the father of bryophyte, like the study of bryophyte? Who is the father of bryophytes? Who is the father of algae? So ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಕಲ್ತಿದ್ರಿ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಫೈಕಾಲಜಿ ಫಾದರ್ ಯಾರೋ, ಮೈಕಾಲಜಿ ಫಾದರ್ ಯಾರೋ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅವರ ಫಾದರ್ಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನೆನಪಿಡ್ರಿ. Clear? So now in this session we will discuss about the classification. The classification of pteridophyte. So the division pteridophyta can be divided into 4 different classes. This session, classification of pteridophyte. In this session we will discuss about classification of pteridophyte. The division pteridophyta can be divided or can be classified into 4 different classes. It can be divided into, classified into 4 different classes. Which are those? First one is Psilopsida. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನಿಮಗೆ ಹೊಸ ಹೆಸರು ಬರಕತ್ತದ. ಸಿಲಾಪ್ಸಿಡಾ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್ಗೆ ಬರೀ ಅದ್ರದ್ದು ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾರ ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ಅಂತಂದೇಳಿ, ಡೀಟೇಲ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ನಿಮಗೆ. ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಒಂದೊಂದೇ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲನೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾರ. ಸೊ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಲರ್ನ್ ದಟ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್. ನಾನು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ ಯಾಕೆ ಇದನ್ನ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಟರು ಅಂತಂದು ಹೇಳಿ. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್? ಸೊ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಲೈಕಾಪ್ಸಿಡಾ. Third one is, first one is Psilopsida, second one is Lycopsida, third one is Siphenopsida or Siphenopsida. The fourth one, Pteridopsida. The fourth one is Pteridopsida. So if at all we look into the first one, that is ನಾವು ಬ್ರಯೋಫೈಟ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಡೀಟೇಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಕಲ್ತೀವಿ, ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ಸ್ ಹೋದ್ವಿ. ಮತ್ತೊಳ್ಳಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ NCERT ಬುಕ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ. ಜಸ್ಟ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಗಿವನ್ ದ ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್, ದೇ ಆರ್ ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ದ ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್. ನಾನು along with mentioning the classes I will give you the examples and distinguishing characteristics. But ಬರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ನಾನು ಕೂಡ, ನಾ ಬರೀ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲನೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. So if at all we look into that, the Psilopsida ಅಂತ ಬಂದಾಗ, these Psilopsida, the members of Psilopsida, they are the most primitive types of pteridophytes. ಇದನ್ನ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ the Psilopsida are the most primitive types of pteridophytes. The Pteridopsida are the most advanced type of pteridophytes. Psilopsida, they are the most primitive, just bryophyte ಇದ್ದ pteridophyte ಗೆ evolve ಆಗುವು. ಯಾವುವು? The members which belongs to the Psilopsida. So in case of that condition, since they are the most primitive type, in case of this primitive ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಕ್ ರೀಸನ್ ಯಾಕಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, here the true roots are absent. Root like structures might be present here. True roots, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಒಮ್ಮಿನ ಮಕ್ಕಳೇ ಇವಾಲ್ವ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅದು, ಒಮ್ಮಿನ ಮಕ್ಕಳೇ ಅಡ್ವಾನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅದು. ಲೈಕ್ ಆಸ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಫೈಂಡ್ ಇನ್ ರೂಟ್, ಸ್ಟೆಮ್, ಲೀಫ್. ಸೆಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಆಗಿ ನಾವು ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಒಳಗ, ಹಂಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಮ್ಮೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಇವಾಲ್ವ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ದ ಟ್ರೂ ರೂಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಆಬ್ಸೆಂಟ್. ಇಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ underground rhizotomous stem. Rhizomes has rhizoids, right? The rhizoids, what are rhizoids? Root-like structures. True roots are absent in the members of Psilopsida. And importantly, Psilopsida dolaga, the members of Psilopsida dolaga leaves irangilla. The leaves are absent. ನೀವು ಕೇಳಬಹುದು, ಸರ್ ಲೀವ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಫೋಟೋಸಿಂಥಸಿಸ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಯಾವ್ದ್ರಿ? The stem, it will become a greenish in nature. The stem will perform the process of photosynthesis. You can search in internet. Psilotome antakanta ಒಂದು species ಬರ್ತದ, which is greenish in nature, which lacks the leaves, which is most primitive type of pteridophyte. ಇಲ್ಲಿ true roots are absent, rhizoids are present. Stem is undergone rhizotomous. Then over the rhizome there will be a presence of rhizoids. The stem is branched of course, but it lacks leaves. Clear? That's how we can differentiate that aspect. Then the sporangia, if at all we are going to call them as the thing, the sporangia are born singly at the tip of the branch and they are of homosporous. Example, Psilotome. Example related to this is Psilotome. Psilotome is a very good example. Psilotome is a very good example related to the Psilopsida. Clear? Then Lycopsida. Lycopsida, it is quite advanced type of members of pteridophyte compared to the Psilopsida. The sporophyte can be divided into root, stem and leaf. And the leaves are microphyllous, small, undivided, and has midrib. Secondary growth is completely absent. And isotious anta helindalla, that belongs to the class Lycopsida. Clear? Isotious anta ಏನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ, that belongs to the class Lycopsida, right? So then ಇನ್ನ ಪೆಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೇಳುವಾಯ್ತಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ಈಗ ನಮ್ಮ ರಾಮಾಯಣದೊಳಗೆ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಣನ ಬದುಕಿಸಾಕಂತಂದು ಹೇಳಿ ಸಂಜೀವಿನಿ ತಂಬರ್ತಾರ, ಹೌದಾ? ಸಂಜೀವಿನಿ. ಸೊ ಆ ಸಂಜೀವಿನಿ ಯಾವ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಅಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಸಲಾಜಿನೆಲ್ಲಾ ಸ್ಪೀಸಿಸ್. ದ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಸಲಾಜಿನೆಲ್ಲಾ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಸಂಜೀವಿನಿ ಬೂಟಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು. ದಟ್ ಬಿಲಾಂಗ್ಸ್ ಟು pteridophyte, ದಟ್ ಬಿಲಾಂಗ್ಸ್ ಟು ದ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ Lycopsida. ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಫಾರ್ Lycopsida is Lycopodium, Selaginella. Lycopodium and Selaginella are a very good example for Selaginella. Illi bardenna, one second. Selaginella are a very good example for the Lycopsida. And actually the spores which have been produced here are homosporous or heterosporous in nature. Once we look into the another class, that is the Saphenopsida. The Saphenopsida is a group which is commonly known as the horsetail. Remember, example ಬಂದಾಗ ಅದನ್ನು ಬರೆದು ಬಿಡೋಣ, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇದನ್ನು ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಸಾರಿ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Equisetum. This equisetum is commonly known as horsetail because of the presence of strobili and because of the morphological nature of the equisetum. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವೇನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ಇದು ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್, ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಸಾರಿ ಕೇಳಿದಾರ ಇನ್ ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಟಿವ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿನೇಷನ್. Clear? So it is equisetum which is commonly known as horsetail. It is commonly known as horsetail due to the presence, and it is also known as rushes due to the presence of silica in the epidermal cells. The sporophyte again can be divided into root, stem and leaf. The stem has the aerial annual roots. Clear? So shoots irtada, distinguishing nodes irtada over this individual aspect. The scales are present over the leaves of this Saphenopsida, right? Example, Equisetum, you can write it down. and these are the major example related to that. Pteridophyte anta bandaga, Pteridopsida anta bandaga, these are commonly known as ferns. The Pteridopsida, the members of Pteridopsida are commonly known as ferns. The sporophyte, it can be divided into root, stem and leaves. And Salvinia anta helide nanu alva. So Salvinia dolaga it is a aquatic type of azolla irbodu. Salvinia dolaga it lacks roots. That Salvinia belonging to the Pteridopsida, class Pteridopsida. Clear? So these Pteridopsida are most advanced type of pteridophyte compared to these all the three types. Then the root, I mean to say, the sporophyte can be divided into root, stem and leaf, as we all know that, right? So the leaf will show a circinate venation. Remember, it is also characteristic feature. The leaves, it is very very important. The leaves will show circinate venation. What is venation? Venation ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? Venation ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ the mode of arrangement of leaves over the stem. I hope you all are familiar with respect to the venation. ನೀವು monocot dicot difference ಬರಿಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಬರ್ದಿರ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೆ ನಾವು. Parallel venation, alternate venation. What is venation? The mode of arrangement of veins and veinlets within the leaf lamina, not leaves. What is venation? The mode of arrangement of veins and veinlets within the leaf lamina is known as venation. The mode of arrangement of leaves over the stem is known as phyllotaxic. Clear? So ille venation ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಈಗ just for the sake of understanding, ಇದೊಂದು leaf, ಇದು consider it is a leaf. ಇವೇನಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ವೇನ್ಸ್. ಇವು ಈ ಟೈಪ್ ಪ್ಯಾರಲಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಅರೇಂಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ವಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಎಂತ ವೆನೇಷನ್? ಇದು ಪ್ಯಾರಲಲ್ ವೆನೇಷನ್. ಎಂತ ವೆನೇಷನ್? ಪ್ಯಾರಲಲ್ ವೆನೇಷನ್. ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ದೇರ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಅನದರ್ ಟೈಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಲೀಫ್. Right? So here there will be a presence of midrib, and within that there will be veins and veinlets. They have been arranged like this. ನೀವೊಂದು ಆಲದ ಎಲೆ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ರೈಟ್? ಮಾವಿನ ಎಲೆ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, then ಜೋಳದ ಎಲೆ ನೋಡ್ರಿ. You will find the differences right over here. ಈ ಟೈಪ್ ಅರೇಂಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಇದೇನಿದು? This is ಒಂದು ಪ್ಯಾರಲಲ್ ವೆನೇಷನ್. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಹೇಳಿದೆ ನಾನು ಈಗ. Another one is reticulate venation. This is reticulate venation. This is reticulate venation and this is parallel venation. But ಇವೆರಡು ಬಿಟ್ಟು in case of pteridophyte ಯಾವ ಟೈಪ್ venation ತೋರಿಸ್ತದ್ರಿ? Circinate venation. It will show that members of the Pteridopsida, they will show circinate venation. It will show the circinate venation. Especially once we look into the sporangia, they are known as sori, remember, which are present at the abaxial surface of the sporophyll, right? They are found at the abaxial surface of the sporophyll, and they are going to responsible to produce the individual spores. Example anta bandaga you can write it so many things like azolla, then adiantum. I am writing the example related to this: azolla, adiantum, ophioglossum, remember one question it will be asked from here, not in this concept, from the other concept. Ophioglossum, there is a species called as Ophioglossum reticulatum. That species, it is having the highest number of chromosomes. It is having the highest number of chromosomes. highest number of chromosomes are found in the Ophioglossum reticulatum, which is a type of pteridophyte. So this is what all about the pteridophyte. In the next session we'll talk about a few more things about economic importance and all, then we'll shift on for gymnosperms. Thank you so much.